Wheaton, Illinois was actually ranked the #1 Chicago suburb by New Home Source, but was also named the #1 place to live in Illinois by Money Magazine back in 2019. And guys, having grown up right next door in Glen Ellen and now living here in Wheaton myself, I can tell you firsthand why these rankings aren't just random numbers. So today we're gonna see, is Wheaton really the #1 suburb in all of Chicago, better than Naperville, Oak Park, and even Hinsdale? Something really interesting about Wheaton that a lot of people don't know, this town actually has an incredible history dating back to 1831 when it was first settled. It was named after Jesse Wheaton, one of the early settlers who came from New England. And what's really cool is how this place has evolved from a small farming community into what I honestly think is one of the best suburbs in the Chicago area, while still keeping the historic charm that makes it special. And speaking of what makes Wheaton special, its location might be its biggest secret weapon here. Let me show you why this town's position in the Chicago suburbs gives residents an advantage that most people don't even realize. Wheaton sits about 25 miles west of downtown Chicago, and this location is absolutely perfect. Check this out. Wheaton was actually ranked the 6th best suburb for transportation out of over 200 Chicago suburbs by the Chadwick Institute. And guys, when you see the transportation set up here, you'll understand why. For starters, we've got 2 metro stations, one right here in downtown Wheaton and another up by Wheaton College right on College Ave. These are both on the Union Pacific West Line, aka the UPW, and it's about a 45-minute train ride to downtown Chicago. Trust me, a lot of my clients really appreciate not having to deal with that I-88 traffic every day, and I had some clients move around the area and take the College Ave station to get to the city as she works at the Aon building. And when it comes to driving, the access here is pretty amazing as well. You've got I-88 just to the south that gets you straight into Chicago, and I-355 to the east that connects you to the north and south suburbs. Then we've got Roosevelt Road running east to west through town, Butterfield Road to the south, and North Avenue just to the north. Basically, you can get anywhere you need to go pretty easily from Wheaton. And what makes Wheaton's location even better is that you're surrounded by some fantastic communities as well. You've got Carroll Street to the north, Glen Ellen, where I grew up personally, to the east, Lyle, Naperville to the southeast, Winfield to the west, Warrenville to the southwest, and West Chicago to the northwest of Wheaton. Each of these towns brings something unique to the table, and you can easily hop over to any of them for shopping, dining, or even entertainment. And if you guys enjoy this content about living in and exploring the Chicago suburbs, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like, because it tells YouTube I'm doing a good job in making this video type of thing. Now, let me show you what I think is one of the absolute best things about Wheaton, and it's our downtown area. This isn't just some sleepy suburban downtown either. The Downtown Wheaton Association does an incredible job keeping this place vibrant and active all year round. I've got to take you down Hale Street, and this is probably my favorite street in all of downtown Wheaton, especially in the summer from May to September. They close down this street and put up these awesome tents for outdoor dining. You guys, the street is literally feels like a party every single weekend, and honestly, even some weekdays as well. The atmosphere is incredible and something that really sets Wheaton apart from all the other suburbs. And it came when the pandemic happened as well. First up is Eclectic, which is honestly my favorite breakfast spot in all of the Chicago suburbs, not honey jam or buttermilk, but Eclectic. They have this incredible cinnamon roll French toast that I get the eggs and sausage and bacon, and for me, they give the perfect portion size to not be overstuffed during breakfast so I can go back to work. Just down the street, we've got the Burger Social. If you're a burger lover like me, you're gonna love this place. They've got these incredible gourmet burgers and an awesome craft beer selection, and guys, you absolutely have to try their truffle fries. It's truly perfect for a casual dinner or just hanging out with friends and grabbing a drink. Then there's Giamillo, which is one of my top picks for Italian food in the area. Their wood-fired pizza is pretty amazing, and it's actually one of my favorite date night spots whenever I go out with my girlfriend. And they've got this beautiful patio setting that's perfect for those summer evenings right in the front, and especially overlooking the tents as well. Pacheri vodka and zucchini fries are my go-tos there for lunch, and you can't go wrong with Foodful Feast. They make these amazing sandwiches, and it's perfect if you need something quick but still really want really good food. They also do a fantastic catering, and I've actually used them for some of my client appreciation events. And if you've got a sweet tooth like my nephews do, you're in luck, because we've got some amazing dessert spots right here in downtown Wheaton. You got Kilwins, which makes incredible incredible fudge and chocolate, while Kimmer's has what I personally think is the best ice cream in town, in my opinion. And you know, my nephews would have to definitely agree with that statement with me right there. And you can't forget about Graham's Fine Chocolates, which has been a local favorite here in Wheaton since 1987. Graham's Fine Chocolate, which has been a local favorite here since 1987, like I said. Now amazing restaurants and shops that are also great, but there's another reason why families are flocking to Wheaton, and it might be the town's biggest selling point. But first, if you're looking for the best resources on all things local in the Chicago suburbs, then you need to subscribe to my email newsletter right below in the description. It's truly the best local news, events, hidden gems, and all the newest things that are really coming here to the Chicago suburbs sent to your inbox directly every single week for free. So make sure you check it out and subscribe using the link in the description down below to never miss what's going on. And if you're anything like most of my clients, you probably care about what the schools are like here. This is where Wheaton really shines. Some make a few mistakes with the schools here and miss out on some of the incredible opportunities, in my opinion. Wheaton belongs to District 200, and the stats here are pretty incredible. According to niche.com's latest rankings, both of the public high schools right here in Wheaton are rated an A+ and are in the top 5% of the Illinois high schools as well. Let me break down our two high schools for you. First, we've got Wheaton North, which has incredible AP programs with over 25 courses, and its programs are consistently strong. And then there's Wheaton Warrenville South, which has an average SAT score of around 1240. They're especially known for their performing art programs, and they've won multiple state championships in various sports. Now, here's something really important about school boundaries that you need to know if you're house hunting in the Wheaton area as well. Generally, if you're north of Roosevelt Road, you'll belong in the Wheaton North boundary, and if you're south of Roosevelt Road, you'll be in the Wheaton Warrenville South boundary. But there's also a twist here. The Scottsdale subdivision and parts of Briarcliff actually feed into Glenbar South, which is also a highly rated school district, and they are Glen Ellen schools. And District 200 isn't just about the high schools though. We've got 13 elementary schools and 4 middle schools, and they're all doing a fantastic job preparing kids for high school. And here's something really important to know as well. District 200 actually serves more than just Wheaton. It includes all of Warrenville, parts of Winfield, sections of Carroll Stream just north of Geneva Road, and even small portions of West Chicago as well. Now, what I'm about to show you about Wheaton's real estate market might surprise you guys also. The numbers I'm seeing in 2024 are telling an interesting story that most people haven't caught on to yet. As of early 2024, the median home value in the Wheaton area was sitting around $460,650, and we're seeing some pretty strong growth with values up over 9.5% over the past year. The market here is super competitive right now. Homes are typically going pending in just about 4 to 5 days and getting an average of 3 offers. And if you're looking to buy a home in Wheaton, you definitely want to have all your ducks in a row before you start house hunting. Let me take you through some of the different areas of Wheaton because each neighborhood has its own unique character, and I'll even show you one neighborhood with the best value and that a few talk about truthfully. Let's start with South Wheaton, which has some of our most popular neighborhoods. In the Donata area, which is probably our most sought after location, is that you're looking at homes pretty much built from the 1970s through the 1990s, usually priced anywhere in between the range of $500,000 and $800,000. And what people love about Donata is that you get these beautiful large lots with mature trees. You're right next to all the shopping and restaurants. You'll find a mix of ranch and 2-story homes here, and they tend to sell really quickly. And Donata is anything from like your Farnham neighborhoods as well. And then we got Stonehenge, which is the gorgeous established neighborhood where homes sit on these bigger lots, usually 1/3 of an acre. And the homes here were built in the 60s and 70s, and they're priced anywhere between from $550,000 to $900,000 as well. And fun fact, this neighborhood is known for having some of the best Halloween decorations all over town. Over in Briarcliff, you'll find this really interesting mix of architectural styles. Some of these homes actually feed into the Glen Ellen schools, like I said earlier before, which can be a big draw for some of these families. Prices here can typically range from anywhere between $475,000 to $550,000 plus. Location near I-80 makes it super convenient for commuters. I've helped a lot of young families find homes in this area, and it's got a great community feel as well. Now, if you love golf, you're going to love the Arrowhead community. This is definitely one of our premium neighborhoods as well, with homes built from the 1980s through the 2000s. Prices here start around $600,000 and go well over 1.2 million, depending if you get those newer custom homes. And the landscaping throughout this neighborhood is just beautiful, and being right close to the golf course in Arrowhead, which is a huge plus for a lot of my clients, getting the club and everything like that, and getting these huge lots. And then when you head up to North Wheaton, there's a ton of character in the neighborhoods that really changed throughout. Around the historic district, you'll find these absolutely gorgeous Victorian era homes, and if you love character and charm, this is your spot. And these homes typically range from $500,000 to over $1 million, but can definitely find more affordable options as well. And they're all within walking distance to downtown, as long as you're south of Geneva Road. And just keep in mind some of the historic preservation guidelines you'll need to follow if you buy here. And in Central Wheaton, especially around the college, we're seeing a really interesting trend. You've got this mix of older homes and new constructions, with prices typically running anywhere from around $400,000 to $800,000 plus. And what's happening is developers are buying some of these older ranch homes, particularly if they're on a good sized lot. Typically I'm looking at like 50 by 150 deep, and either building up or doing a complete tear down to build these gorgeous modern homes. You know what's amazing about Wheaton as well is that while we've got this charming historic downtown that we just explored, the town also offers a lot of everyday modern convenience that you could want. Let me take you over to the Nada area again, our shopping district that gives some of Chicago's best retail areas for a run when you're looking for community-based, shoppings for their money. It's become our main commercial hub, truthfully, and it just keeps getting better. Over at Donata Square West, we've got Whole Foods as the anchor store, plus a TJ Maxx and Sierra Trading Post. And guys, I'm really excited about that. We just got that Nordstrom rack as well. And the restaurants in this area are great too, with everything from Chick-fil-A to some really nice local spots. Across the Donata Square East, you'll find Joel Osco, plus tons of smaller shops and restaurants. And if you ever head over to Rice Lake Square, you've got the Pete's Fresh Market, which is fantastic for groceries, plus a whole bunch of other retail shops and restaurants. One thing that absolutely amazes me about Wheaton is our park system as well. The Wheaton Park District manages 52 different parks covering more than 800 acres. Let me tell you about some of my favorites and some hidden gem parks only the real locals here in Wheaton actually know about. You have Lincoln Marsh Natural Area, and this is an incredible 135 acre space that's perfect if you love nature. They've got these amazing hiking trails and this really cool boardwalk that goes through the wetlands, and I actually take my camera out there sometimes because the wildlife photography opportunities are fantastic. And when I say camera, I'm actually talking about my iPhone. Then there's the Cosley Zoo, which is this unique 5-acre zoo that my nephews absolutely love as well. They've got over 200 animals representing about 70 different species, and they focus mainly on native Illinois wildfire and farm animals. And it's perfect for families with young kids, and they do these great educational programs throughout the year. And we've also got the Cantigny Park, which is honestly one of the crown jewels right here in Wheaton. This place is massive, 500 acres, and there's so much to do here. You've got the Robert R. McCormick Museum, which was actually the home of the Chicago Tribune's former publisher. There's also the First Division Museum if you're really into the military history, and the formal gardens are absolutely beautiful, and they've got one of the best public golf courses in the area. They host events year-round, from summer concerts to winter light shows. And speaking of events, let me tell you about what goes on in Wheaton throughout the year, because there's always something happening here, truthfully. Probably sometimes way too many things, honestly. Starting in the spring, we've got the French Market that runs from May through October, and it's this amazing outdoor market with fresh produce as well as local crafts and live music. And the Spring Wine Walk is always a huge hit too. Summer is when things really kick into high gear, I would say. We've got the Taste of Wheaton, which brings in food vendors from all over the area. The summer concert series in Memorial Park is fantastic. We just had a country singer, Jay Allen, perform recently, and it was an incredible show that raised money for Alzheimer's research. And I was there, and it was truly awesome that the whole community just bundled up together. And we also do movies in the park, and the 4th of July parade here is one of the best in all of the Chicago Western Suburbs. Suburbs. And fall is something in Wheaton that is pretty special, guys. From September through November, we're usually seeing the temperatures in the 60s and 70s during the day, dropping down to the 40s and 50s at night. It's been pretty mild here, truthfully, the past few years. And let me tell you, when those fall colors hit, especially around the Wheaton College and through our older neighborhoods with all these different mature trees, it's absolutely perfect. And you should definitely, take pictures, because my street is fully tree lined as well, which is great. And when the weather is great, it's perfect for the Prairie Path or exploring Cantigny Park. And now I've got to be honest with you guys about the winter. December to February can be challenging, but like I said, it's been pretty mild recently, and we're typically looking at highs in the 30s and low downs in the teens. But you know what? There's something really beautiful about the downtown Wheaton when it's covered in snow, and our park district does an amazing job with winter activities here as well. Plus, all those historic homes look like something out of a Christmas card when they're decorated for the holidays. Spring is when everything comes back to life here. From March through May, we see temperatures climbing from the 50s back up to the 70s. We get about 39 inches of rain annually, I would say. But when everything starts blooming, especially in some of our older neighborhoods with all those established gardens, it's absolutely worth it. Now, let's touch base on the cost of living when it's here in Wheaton, because this is really important as well. Overall, Wheaton is about 20% higher than the national average and 26% higher than the Illinois state average. But here's the thing, when you compare it to other premium Chicago suburbs like Hinsdale or even parts of Naperville, is that Wheaton often offers better value for your money. And now let's address the elephant in the room, is that how does Wheaton compare to Naperville? Look, Naperville is amazing, but don't get me wrong, but Wheaton has some of the unique advantages that I think make it really special. First, location. You're actually closer to Chicago, 25 miles versus around 33 miles for Naperville. And that might not sound like much, but trust me, it makes a difference, especially if you're during rush hour and you're driving back and forth from the city. And second, size and community feel. Wheaton has around 54,000 residents compared to Naperville's 150,000. And this gives Wheaton more of that small town feel while still having all the amenities that you need from your day-to-day life. And the downtown area is more intimate in my opinion, but still super vibrant. And third is cost. While both suburbs are on the pricier side, Wheaton generally offers more bang for your buck, especially when you're looking at the real estate market. You're getting many of the same benefits, great schools, great neighborhoods, beautiful parks, but often at a lower price point here, just depending on what pocket of Wheaton and Naperville you're comparing to. And here's a quick comparison. Some of the key points are schools, that both suburbs have excellent schools, but Wheaton's District 200 consistently ranks among the best in Illinois. Downtown Naperville's downtown is bigger with more options, but Wheaton's downtown has this charming, more intimate feel as well. And when you look at community, is that Wheaton has a strong and religious and academic influence due to Wheaton College. And when shopping, while Naperville has more options, Wheaton's Donatas area and downtown provide everything you need. So is Wheaton really the number one Chicago suburb, and is it better than Naperville? Here's what I personally think after helping countless families make that move to either communities, is that Wheaton absolutely deserves its high rankings. The combination of schools, community, and amenities is pretty hard to beat. But honestly, whether it's better than Naperville, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you want a slightly smaller, more tight-knit community with easy access to Chicago and great amenities, Wheaton might be perfect for you. If you're looking for more shopping options and a busier suburban atmosphere, maybe Naperville is your spot. And let me share you with some final pros and cons when it comes to Wheaton. With some pros, you have excellent schools with consistently high rankings, is that you got 2 convenient metro stations over here. You got beautiful parks and outdoor spaces. You have a strong sense of community, charming, active downtown area, typically more affordable than some of the premium Chicago suburbs with great location accessibility. And some cons are higher cost of living compared to the national average. Property taxes are relatively high, though typical for the general area here in the Chicago Western Suburbs. So if you're looking to make that move and buy your new home in the Wheaton area, I'd love to help you, whether it be next week or next year. Let me know, shoot me an email. All my information is down below in the description. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see what downtown looks like in person, definitely watch this video up here, and I will see you guys on the next video.